Dun 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 dun. One day more. Something has changed within me. One day more. Something is not the same. Oh, I didn't realize you guys are there. I was just rehearsing for no reason at all. But since you guys are here, I wanted to talk to you about the 12 Broadway shows to watch in 2024. So, I love Broadway shows. The first show that I've ever watched in my entire life was the show Rent back in 2004. And ever since, I tried to keep up with kind of the different shows that's out there. And by the way, my outfit, I always like to dress for the occasion for whatever the topic is. So today, it's all about the Broadway shows in 2024. I am really excited to talk about this topic because the past couple of years, there's been some disappointing news about Broadway shows. There's a lot of them that have closed. The ticket sales were really low. That's partly due to the pandemic as well. But when I saw an article recently about some of the new shows that are coming this year, and some of them are revivals, I actually kind of got excited because there's a bunch of them that are interesting. And so today, it's all about me sharing the top Broadway shows to watch in 2024. So let's take a look, okay? So here we go. Let's go on and check it out. Check out the list. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. First one is The Notebook. So I think most of you are familiar with this one, right? It's a musical adaptation of Nicholas Sparks' best-selling drama, which also was a movie. I don't remember what year it came. It was a long time ago, like 2008 or something. I have to check. But, it was a classic movie with Ryan Gosling, Rachel McAdams. It's about Allie and Noah. It's a beautiful, beautiful story. And so this Broadway show, they're now open, so you can watch it now. So you can check out, the website for the tickets. And it features a musical score by Ingrid Michaelson, who is an American folk pop singer songwriter. So that's the first one on my list, The Notebook. I'm just really curious how they're gonna adapt this into musical. I mean, obviously, it's a beautiful story based on Nicholas Sparks' novel. The movie was amazing, very iconic with Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams. So I'm definitely excited to find out more about The Notebook. So hope you can check it out. So let's move on to the next show on my list, and that is dun 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 dun. Water for Elephants. Yay! So the Water for Elephants, this is based on a best-selling novel by Sarah Gruen about the circus life. And some of you may know this, but there was also a movie that came out based on this novel. I believe it was in 2011 with Reese Witherspoon, Robert Pattinson, Christoph Waltz. It was a beautiful movie. It's a beautiful story. And so for the Broadway musical version of this, we have Grant Gustin, who is pictured. He plays the role of Jacob, and that was the role that was played by Robert Pattinson. So for me, it's really interesting. It's on my list because first, I love the story. I love the book. I actually have the book as well. And, I'm curious to see how they're going to adapt this into a musical. Obviously, I enjoyed the movie with Reese and Robert and Grant Gustin. Yes, it's he's got a lot of fans right now. But if you don't know who Grant Gustin is, he is the Flash. You guys know this. He's the Flash. He's the star of the Flash. He was also on Supergirl and Glee. So for Water for Elephants, this show is now open, so y'all can watch this right now. So there you go. There's the second show on my list. All right, let's take a look at the next one. The third show is dun 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 An Enemy of the People. Just look at that poster, right? It's just so like captivating and thought provoking, and it's yeah, it was just like it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so speechless right now. But anyway, so An Enemy of the People. This one stars Jeremy Strong from Succession, brilliant actor, and also with Michael Imperioli from The Sopranos, White Lotus, and this show, An Enemy of the People, is an adaptation by Amy Herzog from Henrik Ibsen's classic work, An Enemy of the People. So, for those of you who don't know who Amy Herzog is, Amy is a American playwright. Uh, she her play 4,000 Miles ran off Broadway in 2011. It was a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize in 2013 for Best Drama. She also had another work called Mary Jane, which also ran off Broadway in 2017 and won the New York Drama Critics Circle Award for Best Play as well. And I believe this show is also coming back on Broadway this year with Rachel McAdams, actually. So, anyway, but that's not on my list right now. Oops, I forgot. But you should also check it out, Mary Jane. And then the other the other project she did was also an adaptation of another Henrik Ibsen, A Doll's House. So that work earned her a Tony Award for Best Revival of a Play nomination in 2023 last year. So there you have it. An Enemy of the People. I think for me, it's on my list because I'm just so intrigued by the works of Amy Herzog, and basically you have Jeremy Strong and Michael Imperioli, like two brilliant actors. Like I was talking to somebody about this earlier, but to be able to watch live theater with brilliant actors, that's such a gift. So this is something that really is interesting, and I hope I get a chance to see this. It's open now, but it's for a limited engagement only. So I better book tickets now. And they're closing in June 23rd, 2024 is the last day. So there you have it. The next on my list is An Enemy of the People. All right, so let's see what the next show is. But before I move on to the next page, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you hit subscribe so that you get notifications when I have new content. I always talk about entertainment, pop culture, movies, Broadway shows, music, all the fun stuff, right? And if you like this video, don't forget to like it as well and share it to your friends. So let's move on to the next show on my list. So are you all excited? Dun 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 dun. Next is The Who's Tommy. So The Who's Tommy. All right, so let me talk about this. The Who's Tommy. It's an epic rock opera featuring the music of The Who. So, if you're familiar with The Who, they have songs, they have acclaimed anthems like I'm Free, Sensation, what else? Pinball Wizard, See Me, Feel Me. All those songs are basically included in this show. From what I've read, so they are returning to Broadway following an acclaimed run in Chicago. So The Who's is my next recommendation, the next show on my list, and it's now open. So for those of you rock opera fans, music fans, The Who fans, this show is for you. But I think this show is for everybody as well who wants to be entertained. So there you have it. It's now open. People can watch it. So there you have it. All right, so let's move on to list number number 5. I think this one's going to be really exciting. There's a lot of people who basically would know what this is. Okay, Number five is dun 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 dun, The Outsiders. And I'll explain why I have a picture of Angelina Jolie here, but The Outsiders. So basically, The Outsiders is a musical based on S.E. Hinton's classic novel of the same title, The Outsiders. And S.E. Hinton stands for Susan Eloise Hinton. She is an American playwright, American writer, best known for her young adult movies, novels. Why am I saying movies? Set in Oklahoma, especially The Outsiders. So the reason why I said movies because this was also a movie back in the 80s, and that movie was directed by Francis Ford Coppola. So if you guys watch movies from the 80s, the genre of like coming of age, like high school people, and their drama, kind of like the issues that they're dealing with, like, I don't know, St. Elmo's Fire, Pretty in Pink, it's kind of like part of that genre, right? So The Outsiders is based on in the book by S.E. Hinton. It's also based on a movie by Francis Ford Coppola. Here's an interesting trivia. So the movie, The Outsiders, actually, the cast members are pretty popular. So back then they were just up and coming, but the cast includes Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe, this was actually his feature film debut, and aside from that, it stars also Emilio Estevez, Matt Dillon, Tom Cruise. Can you imagine Tom Cruise? Patrick Swayze, Ralph Macchio, Diane Lane, and C. Thomas Howell, who played the lead, and in The Outsiders. So the reason why I have Angelina Jolie in the picture is because she is one of the producers. So there you have it. Actually, she's appeared on some interviews about it, The Outsiders. So that's my next item on the list. The next show, Broadway show to watch right now in 2024 is The Outsiders, and they're open now, so y'all can watch the show now. So there you have it. There you go. The next is dun 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 dun. We're looking at number 5 now. The fifth one on my list is Hell's Kitchen. This girl is on fire. Okay, so Hell's Kitchen is a new musical inspired by the life of and featuring music and lyrics by 15-time Grammy winner, not even nominee, Alicia Keys. Yeah, Alicia Keys is on fire. So there you have it, Hell's Kitchen. Look at that poster, right? A new musical on Broadway. So for Hell's Kitchen, they're currently in previews, but they are opening this month, April. So I'm recording this April 18th. The opening day is actually this week, April 20th. So hope you all can check it out, and I hope that I can see it as well. All right, so there you have it. So the next show on my list is dun 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 dun, The Great Gatsby. Yay! Okay, for The Great Gatsby, as you can see here in the poster, it has Jeremy Jordan and Eve Noblezada as the stars of the show. And this is it's a musical adaptation of F. Scott Fitzgerald's classic novel. I think everybody knows The Great Gatsby. It's a beautiful story, and about the opulent world of the 1920s. What else to say? With Jay Gatsby and Daisy Buchanan. The Great Gatsby. There was also a movie version of this, right, that came out several years ago with Leonardo DiCaprio and directed by Baz Luhrmann. I mean, that show was just extravagant. It really was, like flamboyant and the spectacle. So I'm curious to see what they're gonna do for the Broadway version of this. So there you have it, The Great Gatsby. That's the next show on my list. And currently it's in previews, but it's also opening this month, April 25th. So go check it out. All right. Next is dun 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 dun. Illinois. It's kind of interesting the play on words. Illinois and then Illinois, a new Broadway musical. So, what's this about? Illinois. It's the theatrical reimagining of Sufjan Stevens' Grammy and Oscar-nominated album Illinois. So this is the Broadway version of that. It features new arrangements ranging in style from DIY folk, indie rock, marching band, electronics. I mean, if you're a fan of Sufjan Stevens, this show is for you. But actually, as I've said before too, this one should be for everybody. So for those of you who don't know who Sufjan is, he is a singer. His debut album Asan came out in 2000 on the Asthmatic Kitty label. So he co-founded with his stepfather, apparently. So he also received wide recognition for his 2005 album Illinois, which is the basis for this show. Among the songs that are part of that album include Chicago. It was a Billboard. It was on the Billboard Top Heat Seekers list. And what else? Well, for Sufjan, he also contributed to the soundtrack of the 2017 film, one of my favorites of all time, "Call Me by Your Name" by Luca Guadagnino. Sorry, Guadagnino, with Timothée Chalamet. And lastly, for Sufjan, he received an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Song and a Grammy nomination for Best Song for the song that was part of that movie, Mystery of Love. So exciting. I hope I get to see this show. So it also opens in April 24th, but they have a close date of August. So it's very limited engagement. So hope you can see it and hope I can see it as well. If you're a producer of this show, please send me tickets. And no, just kidding, but not really. So there you have it. Illinois is the next show on my list. All right, so now let's move on to the next show, which is dun 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 dun. I just love this picture of Nicole Scherzinger, and the show I'm talking about, of course, is Sunset Boulevard. So it's, for me, one of the most highly anticipated shows. That one show that I really want to see this year, actually, if I can say. This marks her Broadway debut. Can you imagine, Nicole? I mean, she's a pro. I mean, but this is her Broadway debut. Wow, it's just so fascinating. So, she plays the role of Norma Desmond, and I guess this is it's a Andrew Lloyd Webber's classic musical, right? So the thing is, if you've been watching the news, Nicole actually has been making the rounds because she performed this in London already, West End, in 2023 at the Savoy Theatre, and she received the 2024 Laurence Olivier Award for Best Actress in a Musical. I think that's good reason to really watch it. And I know she's a great performer, and like she's Filipino American, so yay. So there you have it, Sunset Boulevard. That's my next show on the list. The 12 Broadway shows to watch in 2024. There you have it, Sunset Boulevard. So, the next one is. All right, you all ready? Dun 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 dun. Romeo plus Juliet. I don't know what else to say. It's a classic, Shakespeare. But what's interesting about this, as you can see in the picture, It features Kit Connor from Netflix hit show Heartstopper and Rachel Zegler. Yeah, both great actors. I haven't seen Kit Connor sing before, so but with Rachel, she did West Side Story, among other things. The other thing that's kind of interesting about this show is it features music by Grammy winner Jack Antonoff. So, for those of you who don't know, Jack Antonoff is an American singer, musician, songwriter, producer. He was in a band called Bleachers, and also another. So he was a drummer and guitarist in another pop rock band called Fun. But aside from that, he's actually known for collaborating with some of the best artists out there, including Taylor Swift, Lord, Florence and the Machine, Lana Del Rey, Carly Rae Jepsen, so many of them. Like, in fact, some of the projects that he worked on include, well, he wrote or co-wrote the song, a lot of Taylor Swift songs, including "Out of the Woods" from her album 1989, as well as "I Wish You Would," "You Are in Love," and then he also wrote it. I was gonna say he co-wrote this with Taylor as well. The song "I Don't Wanna Live Forever." That's not how it sounds, but with Zayn, this I forgot how, like the way the melody of it or whatever. But that was the movie that was part of the 50 Shades movie with Taylor Swift and Zayn. What else? There's a bunch of other things that Jack Antonoff. That's why I was so curious and I find it interesting. So that's one thing I'm kind of interested to see is really how he's gonna modernize this show, Romeo plus Juliet, plus with Kit Connor and Rachel Zegler. I mean, they just look so good, right? This Romeo plus Juliet. So there you have it. I believe that is 11 already. 11 shows from my list. We're getting, down to the wire here. So, before I announce the next one, once again, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And thank you all for watching so far. I love Broadway shows. I love talking about entertainment. So this one is a fun topic for me and just also researching about it. So let's take a look at the next show, the final show. It's not certainly not the least, but and there's a lot more than 12, right? So there's a lot of other shows that I missed. So maybe I'll create another video for that. But for now, the next show on the list is dun 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 Yellow Phase. Yellow Phase is a show that is written by David Henry Hwang. So inspired by real events. The playwright basically he had a fictionalized doppelganger protests yellow face casting in Miss Saigon, only to mistakenly cast as a white actor as the Asian lead in his own play. So I think there's been some versions of this that were shown in different regionals. But it's interesting because for the Broadway, which will start previews in September of 2024, it stars Daniel Day Kim. I think David Hyde Pierce also was just announced as another cast member joining it as well. So I think it's kind of interesting, Yellow Face. Obviously, it's good for representation, to continue seeing stories about the Asian American experience. And with Daniel Day Kim, a talented actor, in the lead, this show is an absolute must see for me. So there you have it. I hope you'll enjoy this little video of mine. These are the 12 Broadway shows to watch in 2024. Let me know what you think you'll watch. What your favorites are, if you've seen them before, if you have other recommendations for what to see. For me, the big standouts, of course, include Sunset Boulevard with Nicole. I really want to see her. I think it's going to be a good year for her. I can imagine her winning awards as well. I also want to see The Great Gatsby just because I love the movie. I love the material. It has Eve Noblezada. Um, yeah, so I think so. Those two so far, Great Gatsby, Sunset Boulevard. It's so hard to choose because they're all good. That's why it's on my list. The 12 of them. So there you have it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye, everyone.